Hello friends, Breakman79 here, and welcome back to Let's Play Planescape Torment! Say hello to our newest companion, Falls from Grace, that we picked up in the last episode. She told us some interesting things about Morte here, and perhaps we should speak to Anna as well. Let's go with her first, see if she has anything to say. Anna just looks at you as you address her, and she frowns. Aye? What do you want to now? Are you alright? Anna just glares at you. She doesn't seem too happy. Questions. Why don't you ask the... Oh, jeez. Why don't you ask the stuck-upper your questions, then? Anna's eyes narrow to slits. Why are even... let's see if I can get back in the... Why are we even traveling with her? We don't need her, we don't... Oh, that just does not sound right. Let's see. Stop being a banshee and lend a hand? Anna, please, you are very important to me, and I need your help. Oh, and what is that then? This should be rich, it should. You pity me, is it? You think I'm slow you down? Go on, say it. I don't pity you, and you don't slow me down. You're quick, you're skilled, and I really need all the help I can get. Anna frowns, her tail flicking back and forth. Aye, well, you know, I'll gut her if she starts sizing up for a feast. I will. She glares at you, and don't get any ideas. I'm staying 'cause you want me to. I'm just helping you out, I am. Fine, I have some questions. I don't see anything new. Alright. Let's try Morte.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
So, Fall from Grace was mentioning that he was not a murmur. Let's see what he says to that. Yeah, murmur's a floating encyclopedia. But aren't murmurs made of a silvery metal? So, maybe some are, but I am not. And there's stranger things on the plains than that, Chief. I don't think you're a murmur, Morte. What are you? What's with the interrogation? What do you know about murmurs anyway? I know enough to think you're lying to me. First, that bit about the missing line from my back saying not to trust you. Then this. What am I supposed to think? Okay, I'm not seriously, he's not. But I know a lot of stuff, so I might as well be one. So, what are you then? I'm a floating skull who knows a lot. Oh yeah. What about the Batorian smell you have? What would you know about the Bator smell? What a Bator smells like? Unless... Hey, you've been talking about me with that Tanari, haven't you? What does she know? Well, she's obviously touched on something that is a Batorian smell, right? Well, yeah, but... Well, yeah, so I smell a little. Excuse me. Why do you smell like a Bator? I was in the Hells for a while. Kind of a long while. The stench kind of grows on you. He was in the Hells? Yeah, exactly. You were in the Hells? What were you doing there? Oh, 12,000. Sweet. Ooh, I've definitely hit on something here. See, well, there's this pillar on Avernus, the first layer of Bator. It's called the Pillar of Skulls, but it's more like the Pillar of Heads. To hear some bashers tell it, it's supposedly made of the heads of Burks, mostly sages and scholars, who used their knowing of this and knowing of that when they were alive to stretch the truth a little. So much they might have hurt, or killed someone by doing it. Well, when I died, I ended up there. Funny, huh? Oh. Interesting. So he lied and somebody died because of it. so he ended up there. Or, not really. Eh? Morty grows silent for a moment. Yeah, you're right. It's not funny at all. You see, I think I knew a lot of things when I was alive, and maybe when I did know something, I didn't always tell the truth about it. I'm thinking that when I bent the truth once or twice, I may have led to someone getting penned in the dead book sooner than they should have. Can you remember who? Oh. It was me, wasn't it? Morty looks at you for a moment. Yeah, oh damn. Yeah, I can't say how I know it, Chief, but I think so. I think you were the one that got me sent there. The last twig in the bundle before the whole load snaps. Thing is, I can't remember what happened. I don't even remember being human, or what my life was even like before I woke up on the pillar. Why did you forget? That's pretty much the way of things when you die, as I'm sure you're no stranger to. You just forget. I figure I wasn't a sterling member of the community when I was alive, but hells, who is? Morty sighs. It's just that I can't help it. Nothing's worse than being honest all the time. Except being sentenced to the hells. It sounds a lot worse than telling the truth. Yeah, you're right. Again. Morty clicks his teeth. The way he does, it reminds you of someone drumming their fingers. I guess just all that good and evil and lying and cheating catches up with you, and when I got penned in the dead book, it was my turn to pay the ferryman. Well, how did you escape the pillar?
Updated my journal.
Well, you helped me, Chief. When you showed up at the Pillar of Skulls, I pushed my way to the front. My obvious know-how and charm attract your attention. You knew that I was the head that knew the most, so I cut a deal with you. Deal? As Morty speaks, your vision seems to bleed into a fiery red, and you hear a howling, a horrible screaming tower of voices, chittering, screeching, hammering, all of them begging someone to be screaming to be freed. And Morty's voice, faint, almost lost in the horde. He sounds desperate, frightened, and pathetically, tragically lost. Echo, You, Skull, speak. The howling voices fall silent, and you watch the tiny, red-lined skull, its cracked features cast in a hellish light, turn its eyes up at you. Blood and ichor have streamed across its features, and its teeth chatter as if cold. I can't help you. I know what you seek. All these heads, all their knowing. Just please, I beg you, free me. Let me help you. I'll tell you almost everything. Will you? Swear it, Skull. Swear you will serve me until my end days, or here you will remain. I swear, just please free me. You watch as Morty sickeningly swallows, his pride almost a tangible thing. I beg you, let me help you, please. Very well, I shall free you. Your vision slides as if you are moving, and the howling, screaming cacophony begins again. A nightmarish horde of howls and catcalls, taunts, and insults. The feel of your hands sliding into the filthy quagmire of the pillar, the biting of fangs, mandibles, and your hands locking around the tiny skull and ripping, tearing it from the pillar like an old scab. It is done. You look down at the bloody skull in your scarred hands, its eyes covered in ichor from the pillar, and its teeth chatter once, twice. It reminds you of a wailing newborn, helpless, and in the eyes of the man you once were, pathetic. I have freed you. Now your life and your death is mine, Morty. Whoa! 12,000, sweet! Your vision swirls. The mists of the past drift away, and Morty is still chattering on. We talked for a while, Chief, you and me, seeing whether the arrangement would work, and I think we both were really impressed with each other, so when you invited me off the pillar, and I've kind of been with you ever since. What happened then? Well, I didn't know I'd lose most of the pillar's knowledge once I was out of it. I mean, how was I to know? I've never been off the damn thing, but you were pretty understanding about it. You lost all the knowledge you said you had? Your vision swirls again, making you dizzy, and you feel your gut churn. You hear the cracking, snapping of bone, and Morty's howls, howling in pain, screaming for someone to stop killing him, and with your hand lashing out again and again. Damn you, Skull! You lied to me! I'll thrust you back in that damnable pillar and leave you to die there. There's the chatter of bone against the sounds like metal, a floor, wall, and the skittering of teeth knocked free. You can hear Morty mewling like a beaten dog for you to stop. Know that your suffering on the pillar will be nothing to the torment I will make you suffer. Your vision swirls and Morty's cries ebb, fading into his chattering rhythm. So, you realized I still had my uses, so I took up with you, and I've been with you ever since. Morty, what did I want from the pillar, and how long ago was it that I freed you? Morty thinks for a moment. Well, as for how long, I don't know the exact count, Chief. Ages, I suppose. I've done all I could to help you each time, but... Morty sighs. It's not easy. And as for that, what you wanted at the pillar, I don't know. Once you pried me off, I couldn't remember. Morty, why didn't you say something when we were at the mortuary? Morty suddenly becomes defensive. Because I never know who you're going to be. Some of your incarnations have been stark raving mad. One time you awoke obsessed with the idea that I was your skull and chased me around the spire trying to shatter and devour me. Luckily, you were crushed by a passing cart in the street. Another, good and lawful, you tried to thrust me back into the pillar because it's where I belonged. Morty smirks. That's why. Besides, no harm's ever come of you not knowing. So you've stayed with me all this time? Well, yeah, Chief. I said I would. Morty always keeps his promises. He pauses. Well, most of them. There was this one chit on Eboria who... You suddenly realize that Morty's tone has changed. Past the joke, you realize he's trying to hide something. Something about why he's with you. Morty, seriously, why are you still traveling with me? Chief, I said it's because I promised, alright? He looks irritated. What else could it be? I don't know. You didn't need to stick around after I freed you. Well, of course not, Chief, but I... And suddenly his tone of voice strikes a chord with you, and you know why he's remained with you all this time. You feel guilty, because you led me to my death so long ago, isn't it? And you've been suffering ever since. Aw, come on, Chief. Me? Feel guilty? I'm Morty. No, I think that's it. When I came to free you from the fate you deserved, you couldn't help but try and help me. And when you could have left after I freed you, you remained, because you felt indebted. Morty is silent for a moment, looking at you. Maybe. You know what's funny? At first, I don't know what the feeling was. It kind of slowly eats at you, you know? I mean, at first I thought it was a side effect of some enchantment that bound me to you, but after a couple 100 years, I realized it was more than that. Something deeper. I just felt drawn, connected to you, somehow. Maybe it's all your suffering, Chief. Your torment. I don't know. Maybe I felt, I don't know, responsible for whatever it is I did. What if something I did brought you to this state? Thing is, I don't think me, or whatever I was, really ever had to see the consequences of all the lying and cheating I've done. And when I saw you for the first time, when I was trapped on the pillar, somehow I knew that you were the one I'd betrayed once long ago. Morty sighs. And that's all I know. Well, I see. Thanks for coming clean, Morty.
Updated my journal.
Ho! Ho! Whoa! Ho! Ho! Permanent strength, dexterity, constitution, and... Oh, that is awesome! Oh. 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 I wonder if you can get that from talking to everybody. Sweet. Nah. Nah, don't thank me, Morty sighs. And to your surprise, his voice seems stronger somehow, more confident. Some of the cracks and fractures in his skull has vanished, as if healed. Nah, the thanks is all to you. I feel like I just had a plane moved off my shoulders, so to speak. Oh, that is awesome. I guess that's everything. That's stats. Wisdom. So I thought I got a boost. No boost? Huh. Kind of looks the same, doesn't it? It said it was a permanent strength increase, but I don't see anything here. Constitution is still the same. Interesting. Oh well. Let's quick save, just in case. And let's get the hell out of here. We spent way too much time in this place. Time to find it.
It's good to be journeying again.
Oh.
The brothel was a learning experience, but I think it was time I moved on.
Okay. Glad to have you with us. Jomlai's messenger. Well, let's see what this guy's about. This slender young man approaches you wearing a somewhat worried expression. 1,000 pardons, sirs, but I'm looking for a certain man, and I think you might be able to help me. Oh, how so? I am a messenger, sir, who seeks a man it's said cannot die. A scarred man, for whom death is nothing but the most trivial of annoyances. You match the admittedly vague description I was given, sir, and I had wondered if you were he. Yeah. No. Yeah, who wants to know? I am in the hire of a wealthy noblewoman. Jomlai serious, sir. Wait a minute. This is not the woman that we I can't remember. Remember, like, way back, I don't know how many episodes ago, there was like the woman that was telling those like lizard men that to go fight, even though they couldn't because they could only use magic to kill, and she was pissed off. This isn't her, is it? Maybe I'll just say you've got the wrong man. No. Well, no, that can't be, right? Because she didn't know that I was immortal. The nameless one here is immortal. This is somebody else. Alright, let's see what happens. He nods, then bows deeply to you. A message for you then, sir. Mistress Jolmy of the House of Sirmet, a lady of high standing, has sent me. Mistress Jolmy would meet you in the Civic Fest Hall, where she would make a proposal, of which I know nothing to you. Should you choose to seek her out, she wears green silks, trimmed with gold, and has hair the color of blue steel. That is the extent of my message, sir. Farewell. Wait, where the hell's the Civic Fest Hall?
Updated my journal.
It's in the northeastern corner of this part of the Clerk's Ward, sir. Clerk's Ward, sir. 'Tis a large structure and should be easy to spot. Farewell now, sir. Later. Okay.
Done.
Nobody there.
Done. Done.
Okay. Art and Curio Galleria. The Apothecary. Oh yeah. Ye Old Curiosity Shop. Under Sigil. Takes me underground or something? Why don't we take a look at... Did we go in here before? I don't remember. Why won't it let me... Game's not letting me scroll past. Kind of annoying. Yeah, let's go in here. Ivyana. Let's chit-chat her up. Before you is a well-dressed elderly woman in a gown of peach-colored and golden thread. She stands quietly, her hands folded together primly, and nods in your direction. It is then that you notice that she has no pupils. Ugh. Her eyes are entirely white. Ugh, that's creepy. Greetings, sir. I am Viana. Welcome to my Galleria. Feel free to look about, spending as much time here as you like. Should you have questions regarding any of the pieces, do not hesitate to ask me. Okay. I'll look around. Wait. One moment, sir. Your voice. It is heavy with age and wounds. Would you be so kind as to permit me to touch your face? Alright, sure. Viana smiles, gently running her old hands over the skin of your face. She frowns, looking slightly puzzled. So many scars, both old and new. They seem to... She touches the side of your throat, flushes, then pulls away. Pardon me, sir. I was curious to see how far they went. It's fine. Yeah, they're everywhere. My whole body is kind of scarred. Viana nods. I'll take my leave now. Okay. Whoa, did he just spawn out of nothingness?
I'm gone.
I can look at these things. Let's see. Yo.
I'm gone.
This painting shows what looks to be an infinitely long stream of bilious green... Oh, that is a weird word. Green gas, stretching off into darkness. The horizon of a blasted rocky plain can be seen in the lower right-hand corner of the painting. One is given the impression that the head of the green cloud is ready to strike down upon it. A placard reads, Hazoth at the consumption of Nagar. This one looks interesting. This painting, an abstract work of greens and purples, rise and ripples as it's watched. Closer examination reveals that the actual painting image is changing, rather than the canvas itself. A placard states, Moment's glance from the walls of Machchama. Okay, touch it. You place your hand upon the painting, as you had suspected. It is not that the canvas is physically moving, but the painted image itself is changing.
I'm gone.
Actually, what is this thing? An animated bloody iron chain, coiling and uncoiling itself upon itself. The chain itself seems to bend and weave like the spine of a snake. A small placard reads, A chitin's animate chain from jangling hitter. Okay, touch it! The chain is slightly warm to the touch, as if it were alive. You notice that various barbs, tiny hooks, needles, and other small, sharp bits are welded along the chain's length. Ugh, okay, not touching that thing again. Looks like a giant horn. Exactly. A massive horn of beaten lead, wound with brazen chains. The horn is horribly mangled, as if some tremendous force has crushed it. Jagged blades protrude along its length, almost as if it were meant to be used as a club by some gigantic creature, as well as a battle horn. A placard mounted beneath the horn reads, The Cleansing Horn of Acheron. Put your head against the wall, try and blow the horn. Try as you might, you can get no sound to issue from the massive horn. Your lips come away from the mouthpiece tasting of blood, smoke, and metal. Ugh, probably was not a good idea. Ooh,
All right.
what's this one? A painting of tall black cliffs against a blood-red sky. There looks to be figures hiding amongst the crags of the cliffs, but whenever you squint at the painting to try and make them out, the images fade into nothing. A placard reads, Outland Raiders. Looks like a winged person. Ruby statue. A brilliant ruby statuette stands on this pedestal, carved into the image of a winged humanoid. The figure is either demonic or angelic in nature, but it is difficult to tell which, because it refracts the light in the gallery strangely. There is no placard indicating what exactly the statuette is.
I'm gone.
Well, look, this one's swirling in circles. The surface of the painting, a wild collage of vivid colors, ripples constantly as if it were the surface of a pond during a light rain. A placard reads, Wave Motion Study Number 7. Touch it! You place your palm against the canvas. You cannot feel the ripples themselves, though a cool, tingling sensation passes through your hand at first contact. Now, what's this statue? The statue looks like it is about to make some angry proclamation. The sculptor has captured the essence of fury magnificently. The chiseled tension lines around the neck and forehead alone must have taken many long months to get correct. Fine cracks run over the entire statue, and there is a plaque attached to its base. Let's read it. The plaque reads, This statue is believed to be the final fate of the Estersyrian sorcerer Gangorigridon. Attacked by a conclave of rival sorcerers at the height of his dream madness, he was imprisoned with a spell that turned his flesh into stone. Gangorigridon is said to have been frozen with a final, awful curse still upon his lips. A curse so terrible that it was never meant to be spoken by the lips of a living man. Well, let's examine it. Examine the cracks. You carefully examine the cracks that run like a network of fine black veins along the statue's surface. At one point near its inner arm is a section where the entire splinter of stone looks ready to come off. What happens if we break it off? You reach for the section of the forearm where the cracks have formed, grip it firmly, and yank to no avail. You need a hammer to break the stone, and a small one. The limited space between the statue's arm and body means a large one. One suitable for combat, for instance, won't work. Interesting. Okay.
Done.
So if I have a little tiny hammer, I can snap a piece of it off. And is that not really a statue either? It's like a stone of a man. Well, that's kind of creepy when you think about it. What is this? Got like two beady eyes staring at me. This is a portrait of a grotesque, hook-nosed old crone. The hag's flesh is a stickly blue-gray color. Her eyes glow red like the embers of a dying fire. Her chin, long and sharp, juts forward in an extreme underbite. Two yellowed canines protrude upwards from her lower jaw, like small tusks. The smile upon her withered purplish lips speak of a horrible secret. A placard reads, Grey Hag of Oinos. As you begin to turn away from the painting, something in it draws your attention. A strange, tingling sensation arises in the back of your mind. A memory beginning to surface. No, let's recall it. You recall standing, confused, in a maze of briars. The hideous crone for the painting is before you, cackling wildly. You grit your teeth in frustration, wondering why she's laughing at you. My poor, dear, loving man thing, she croons. Why, that was your first wish. She points a single bony, clawed finger at your forehead. Your temples begin to throb painfully, and you can remember nothing more. Huh.
Done. Done.
What about this one? This looks to be a subterranean landscape. A massive cavern interior filled with colorful, faintly luminescent, gigantic fungi. A placard reads, Veil beneath Clangeddon. And, ooh, what is that? This painting is a dark cityscape, a faraway view of some giant center of civilization being burned to the ground. The streets of the place are empty, however, absent of soldiers, refugees, and even corpses. A placard reads, The Folly of Udo. Dark Bird of Acanthus. Several shards of black crystal, or ice, swirl within the freezing wind that this ornate pedestal gives forth. Each shard looks razor sharp. Touching or grabbing one could be perilous. A placard on the pedestal reads, Dark Birds of Acanthus. Okay, let's touch one. As you reach out to touch one of the whirling shards, your finger enters the icy wind that rises from the pedestal. Instantly, a coat of numbing frost forms around your finger, causing you to momentarily draw back. Well, let's try it again. Place your finger back in and touch one, damn it. I don't care if it's cold. You thrust your finger into the frigid, numbing wind. Unbeknownst to you, your forefinger freezes solid. As one of the black shards spins into it, your fingertip breaks off with a sharp crack and goes skittering across the gallery of floor. The icy dark bird remain in their whirling orbit as you wait for your fingertip to grow back. Leave, hope no one saw any of that. Oh, jeez. Alright, let's see what happens if we actually grab one. Yep, same thing. Finger enters. Let's just grab the whole damn thing. You thrust your hand at the frigid, numbing wind. Unbeknownst to you, your entire hand freezes solid as you wrap it around one of the dark birds. As another one of the black shards spins into your fist, your hand breaks off at the wrist with a sharp crack and goes clattering across the gallery of floor. Pick up your hand and stick it back on, quick! You pick up the frost-covered fist and thrust it into your bleeding stump. Noticing that the dark bird you grabbed, a razor-sharp shard of black ice, has already melted away to nothing. It looks like you'll have to catch it in something that'll keep it cold. Eventually, warmth and feeling returns to your hand as your tissues thaw and regenerate. Oh, okay, interesting. Put it in something, huh? Alright, let's check out this painting. This painting depicts a shore scene with a wide, reddish-orange sun setting behind a peninsula or large jetty. The scene, though unoriginal, is breathtaking. The play of the fading daylight across the water is captured perfectly, but staring at the painted sun for any length of time makes your eyes ache. A placard reads, Surface of Telesia. Touch it. Oddly enough, there's nothing unusual about the surface of the painting. Too bad.
Done.
Alright, what do we got in here? Let's look at this one. This painting shows an enormous granite keep. A hideous thing, long and low, covered in leering gargoyles, suspended in what looks to be the night sky. A cloud of crimson and violet vapor whirls in the background along the right side of the painting. A placard simply reads, The Library. Okay, what do we have here? It's like a light bright. The hundreds of chips of translucent green glass which make up this stained glass window appear to be held together by anything. Oh, don't appear to be held by anything, but rather remain free-floating and mysteriously suspended within the iron frame's boundaries. The shards ripple and move in slow waves, causing bizarre patterns to fluctuate across the window's surface at various portions of it. As various portions of it reflect the gallery's light in different directions. A small placard beside the window reads, Arcadian stained glass window. Let's touch it. You reach out to touch the undulating glass shards, but find you cannot do so. Your hand stops just short of the surface of the glass. Well, punch the damn thing. You succeed only in bruising your knuckles. The glass may well be a sheet iron. Oh, I wanted to smash it. Come on. Alright, let's go back and talk to the old lady. See if she can tell us anything. Oh, I don't remember that person there before. A sensate. I'm sorry, sir, but I'm here to look at the artwork, not to converse with strangers. Now, if you'll be so as kind to excuse me, farewell. Yeah, at least she was sort of nice about it. Okay. Viana smiles and motions you toward her. Greetings again. Do you have any questions regarding one of the pieces? I do have a question. Oh, boy. Okay. Let's see. Which ones are interesting? Let's try the ruby statue. That piece was found in a cathedral in the fertile fields of Elysium on the first layer, of Moria the Untroubled, where it bordered the river Oceanus. The name of the piece is not known, but the skill and craftsmanship are believed to be one of the most striking examples of gem crafting in the plains. The mere way in which the piece captures, distills, and enhances the light through its facets is part of its breathtaking wonder. It seems to bring to light the possible ideological connection between even the most evil and the purest beings in the multiverse. Fascinating. Alright, what other ones are interesting? Yeah, let's talk about the freezing thing that froze my hand off.
Updated my journal.
Ooh. All of them are chipped from the great magical sheet of black, infinite ice that rests in the black belly of the plain of Alcanthus. Viana pauses, tapping her chin. It is said that this sheet of ice is the final destination of the river Styx, and that the recollections of all that have plunged into the Styx memory-destroying waters still lie frozen within the ice. If the waters of the Styx destroy one's memories, would this ice from Ocanthus do the same? I can only assume so, yes. Interesting, okay. I wonder what I would use that for. How about the battle horn? The cleansing horn. A horn of beaten lead, metal drawn directly from the cube of Archeron. It is said that the cleansing horns last sounded where the companies of the Jackal and the Gouged Eye clans met for their battle at the disputed lands. Legends tell us that this horn's power was used near the battle's end to draw the floating cubes together, crushing the routing company of the Jackal before it could escape. Cubes? Acheron? Acheron is a plane of harshly enforced order, where conformity is more important than good. It is composed of gigantic metallic cubes which float through an endless void. Many cubes are large enough that cities or entire kingdoms have been built upon their faces. Fascinating. Okay, what about the light bright window? A stained glass window found hovering on the third layer of Arcadia 32 years ago, foretelling a scene that had yet to occur. When the event came to pass, the images faded to leave what you saw behind. It is believed to have captured both the light and the darkness from the orb of night and day on Arcadia, then slowly releases it, creating a brief but slow fade of dawning and dusk, but only within the glass itself. Actually, is this not the right one? That might have been the daylight one. Orb of night and day, Arcadia. Arcadia is a plane of peaceful order, also known as the land of perfect good. The orb of night and day is a sphere set in the top of Arcadia's highest peak. Each half emits either light or darkness. The turning of the orb gives Arcadia its day and night. How about that chain right behind you there? The chain comes from the city of Jangling Hitter, the city of chains that hangs on Minauris, third layer of the plane of Bador. The chains there are the finest in the multiverse, but the inhabitants of Jangling Hitter are malicious and cruel, using the chains as living weapons against all that enter their city and violate their laws. Chitons move about the city of change as spiders upon webs, adorning in chains woven tightly around their bodies. Chitons possess a power known as the Gift of Chains, which allows them to manipulate chains with their minds. It is believed that my Galleria's chain was animated during a battle in which the chitin controlling it was slain by a cursed hammer, its life essence then passing into the chain itself. Okay. Talk about the Screaming Man. This statue is believed to be the final fate of the Etherean Syrian sorcerer Gangorian, attacked by a conclave of rival sorcerers at the height of his dream madness. Isn't this exactly the same thing that says on his placard? We're just going to skip it. It is said that the fury of the curse was enough to blister the flesh from the bones of those that heard it, and that it could even shatter the stone themselves. Is that it? How about something else? Oh, well, we can be very blunt and just ask her if she can even see. Fall from Grace says, I believe she is blinded by choice and not by circumstance. Giannis nods, smiling. Your friend is quite correct, sir. I cannot see, but only because I do not wish to. In time, I will allow my vision to return so that I can re-experience the contents of my Galleria with the benefit of new, fresh eyes. That's really weird. Why the hell would you do that? Yves. You look familiar to me. Do you know someone named Yves? Oh, that is my daughter. For a moment, there's a hint of sadness in the milky whiteness of her eyes. We no longer speak to one another. Why is that? There is nothing to be said between us. She has gone off in pursuit of stories, all for reasons I am unaware of. Here we go. She told me a tale that might answer this. Fiona raises her eyebrows. Oh, tell me, would you please? I'd most appreciate it, sir. Tell her tale chaser's story, and of her endless quest for the tale that holds the truth she seeks. Yana nods slowly. I had no idea. I will see her now. I thank you, good sir, for bringing me this news of my only daughter. As she speaks, color slowly bleeds into her pale irises until her eyes are a brilliant shade of green. Your eyes. Can you see now, Viana? She nods, smiling. Okay, cool. Where could I find work here? Oh, work. Okay. I'm afraid that I do not go far from beyond the gallery and cannot help you with this matter. You might try and ask someone else. Oh. What is of interest here? Oh, okay. So it's not work here in the gallery, it's outside. What is this place? Why, it's my Gallery of the Plains. She smiles and gestures around here. These pieces have been brought from far and wide. Some I sell, some I keep. All I display at one time or another. Please enjoy them. And again, should you have questions regarding any of the pieces, do not hesitate to ask me of them. Let's see, what does she know of Ravel Puzzlewell? She is a night hag, one of the eldest Grey Sisters of the Wastes, who came to Sigil many centuries ago to pursue arcane experiments. It was believed that these experiments were against the lady's will, and that Ravel was thus banished from Sigil, imprisoned within one of the lady's mazes on the ethereal, where her body rests to this very day. Okay, go on. Ravel was said to have been a master of riddles and puzzles, but one riddle, one question in particular, was said to have plagued the ancient night hag. What can change the nature of a man? She issued a challenge to any who were interested. She promised to instruct any who came to her in her craft, if they could only answer the question to her satisfaction. If they could not, they consented to be her next meal. Many died coveting Ravel's teachings, and it is believed that until her final hours in Sigil, Ravel never discovered the answer to her question. Ravel's crime was believed to be some means of trying to shatter the cage, trying to crack open Sigil itself for unknown reason. Fiona sighs. This is all I know of her. Okay. Think that is all we can do. Let's gather everyone up and find the door. What are you guys doing down here? Okay, actually, let's check out...
Done.
Clerk's ward, okay.
Done.
In we go. Let's quick save.
All right. All right.
Come on. Is there anything over here? Nope.
All right.
Advocate. Solid crystal tank. Frozen fish inside. This looks like a bookshelf. Beautiful silver mirror. Well, let's talk to the guy. This man is dressed in soft blue robes covered with intricate designs. Despite their opulence, however, the robes look wrinkled and worn. You place the man's age somewhere between middle age and early 60s. The worry lines make an exact determination difficult. As you enter, the man turns slowly towards you. As he does, you are suddenly struck with a terrible sense that you know this man, or did at some time. Hello. The man squints, as if trying to place you. Yes, is there something that I can help you with? Who are you?
Updated my journal.
I am Ionis. He studies you and frowns. Were you looking for me? I don't know. What is this place? I am an advocate. These are my offices. Or is this Ionis? Maybe that makes more sense. Ionis. Ionis's voice takes on an irritated edge. Do you seek counsel? If not, perhaps you would best test your curiosity elsewhere. An advocate? What's that?
Updated my journal.
Morte breaks in with a whisper. He's saying he's a lawyer, a counselor, one of those Burks who rattle their bone boxes at the courts. Ionis's frown deepens. An advocate provides counsel, help others navigate the labyrinths of Sigil's legal system, arranges legacies for citizens to ensure that their prosperity is divided as they choose upon death, defend those in Sigil's courts who have been wrongfully accused. He pauses. Did you need help in any of these areas? Legacies? They are contracts that are deliverable to death of the client. They provide specifics on how a person's possessions are to be divided upon the event of their demise. I have also heard them called wills. Are they anything like Dustman contracts? Oh my, no. The Dustman contracts, while they are deliverable at the time of the client's death, bequeath the client's body to the dustman. Not a pleasant business at all, but some who are poor of means find the Dustman contract to be a means of support. Oh, geez. I think the one that we're talking about, we did this a long time ago. But let's see what he says about invalidating the Dustman contract.
Updated my journal.
He frowns slightly. One that is already signed? Little or nothing can be done once the signature is in place. The Dustman contract is really quite specific on the destination of the corpse after death. Without the destruction of the contract, there's really nothing that can be done. I'm sorry, can you explain the legacy is again? Okay. Anything else you can help me with? Are you alright? Does he not look well? He looks fine to me. You must excuse me. As of late, I have been beset by troubles. I'm afraid it has been a rather trying time these past few years. Oh, well, Let's crack our knuckles here. Anything I can help you with? No. There is little that can be done, he nods. Nevertheless, I appreciate your offer. Thank you. Well, perhaps talking about your troubles will help ease your mind. Eunice sighs. I do not wish to burden you. I lost my daughter not long ago. There was also the fire, but that is another matter. Oh, tell me about your daughter. Instantly, Enos seems to collapse into himself. Yes. His businesslike facade drains from his face to be replaced with cold despair. My daughter, Dionaro, passed away some time ago. Ooh, we've heard that name. That's the woman that claimed to be his lover. Yeah, I think so. Tell me about her. Yeah. What was she like? Oh man, I might have to go through all of these questions. Well, it's interesting that I have the option where I can just tell him that I saw her, or I can tell him that I saw her and that now she's a ghost and claim she knew me. Well, let's see what he says about her. Dayanara? She was young. She had recently joined the Society of Sensation. The Sensates. Not an unpleasant faction, but she had also met someone there. She followed him on a journey, and there she died. Her butt. He looks pained. I was not even able to recover her body. Well, let's see if he knows. Oh. That is a lot of options. Let's see if he knows anything about me. Do you know anything about the man she journeyed with?
Updated my journal.
Little. I barely even knew of his existence until she had departed. By then it was too late to have known him. You say she was a sensate. Yes, he becomes slightly more animated, as if warming himself on a precious memory. She had joined them because of her gift, and the fact that there was so much about the multiverse that she wanted to experience. The sensates lend themselves readily to the sharing of experiences and sensation. Gift? What gift?
Updated my journal.
Oh, yes. Enos nods. My daughter had the blood of an oracle running through in her veins, but it was an unreliable talent. At times, she could predict events before they took place. She had sight. She could see through time itself, sift through the threads of fate. Do you know where she went on this journey? She never said. I am not certain she was capable of saying where they had gone. It must have been a terrible place. How did she die? I do not know. Her body was never recovered. Ionis's face turns blood red and his hands clench into fists, and that is perhaps the most maddening part of this misery. I will never know what possessed her to run off like that, what happened to her, nor where her body lies now. Well, forgive me for asking, but how do you know she's dead if you never saw the body? It is most curious. I went to the Dustmen to see if they had found her body, and they directed me to one of their faction outside the Dustman Monument. A Dustman named Death of Names, I believe. He is said to be an oracle of sorts, concerning those who have died. He told me my daughter had died. Interesting that I can no longer, tell him that I know where she is. I see. Tell me about this fire. There's nothing much to say about the matter. It was a strange, localized fire. I cannot imagine what would have been precious in the documents that were burned, but someone must have wanted them destroyed. Can you tell me about what was burned? A number of old legacies were burned, and some mementos and other keepsakes of value only to me. This is just going to go back into yeah, nothing there. Have we met before? The man studies you for a moment, frowning in thought. The wrinkles on his face become more pronounced as he does so, and you're again struck by the toll that age seems to have placed on him. No. Yet you seem familiar. Yet. He continues to study your features, then shakes his head. I will concede that there is something familiar about you, sir, and I apologize for any insult my failing memory may be giving you at the moment. I have been preoccupied for some time now. Have we met before? I think so. I can't really remember myself. Frustrating for both of us, it would seem. Okay, something else. Let's try talking about the daughter. Let's... Let's see what this does if we tell him that we found her. What? Eunice looks flustered. What did you just say? Her spirit now resides in the memorial hall. I spoke with her for a time, and she seems to be in distress. You spoke to her? Eunice seems to become more confused by the moment. What distresses her? Me, apparently. She said that she loved me, and that I had loved her, and that I had forsaken her. I see. Perhaps. Enos frowns and studies you. His face has become like stone. Are you the one she left sigil with? The one who led her on the journey that killed her? Interesting. I'm not certain. I think I may be that man, but I have forgotten much. You? Enos looks you up and down. You are the one, and you say you have forgotten? Enos draws himself up. He looks like he is squaring himself for a battle. You have forgotten? But the incident was not so long ago. How can this be? I have a strange condition. I lose myself for a time. Anything you can tell me about myself or your daughter would be invaluable. Countless liars have I known in my tenure in this city. Enos studies you intently. You do not strike me as one of them, at least on this matter. He sighs. If you truly do not remember, then whatever befell you and my daughter on your journey must have left deep scars. I am inclined to agree with you, good sir. Then I ask your word on this. If your memory returns and you discover what has happened to my daughter, return to me so that my mind may at last be at rest on this matter. Sure, I can do that. Vow, I will do that. It's the least I can do, right? Got his daughter killed? I should at least tell him why it happened. Very well then. Now leave. I wish to be alone with my thoughts. Farewell. I wonder if we need to, like, at some point go back into the mortuary and try to speak with her again. Ooh, we got a little door over here. And there is almost nothing in here. Oh, there's a guy there. Boots? Something about boots.
All right.
Oh,
Done.
can I grab that? Oh, nothing. Dagon, get your butt out of the way.
In enduring, grow strong.
Oh, alright. Let's talk to Mr. Boot here. The young man smiles as you enter his tent, gesturing for you to sit down. Clean and wax your boots, sir. Wonder shine for only 2 copper commons. No thanks. And the farewell to you, sir. Please return should you need your boots shined. I don't even know if I have any boots.
All right. I'm gone.
Okay, what do we got down here?
I'm gone.
Can I go in there? No. I'm not gonna talk to
Done.
that guy.
Done. All right. Done.
Clerk's Ward thugs, huh? Can I sneak back under here? Oh, what's that?
Done.
Come on. Door seems to be barred from the inside.
Done.
How about this tent? Lazy Scribe.
Your path is mine. Your will be done.
Dang, nothing. Lazy Scribe. The man gives you a sheepish smile as you half bow at your approach. For a moment, I thought you were one of my employer's men when you walked in. Was I ever relieved to see you were not? Why? Why are you here? I cannot stand my work at the Records Sub-Hall 7 for another moment, so I darted off. Had I simply gone home, my employer would have sent a messenger. That tyrant! That is why I'm hiding here, of course. I intend to lounge about for a bit longer before returning to my cramped little desk. That's it? Ugh. Okay. Oh, can I sneak up here? Sneak. Curious looking building. Hey, what are these guys hiding back there?
Done.
Cafe, huh? Barkeep. Oh, there's an interesting looking woman. And who do we have here? Let's chit-chat. This tall, slender woman occasionally looks up from her cup of wine to scan the surrounding patrons and passers-by. Her facial features are elegantly exotic, and her eyes, a brilliant golden color, catch the light, sparkling as she looks about. Well, hello there. She regards you carefully for a moment before replying. She speaks slowly and carefully, avoiding direct eye contact with you. I, Aelwyn, return your greetings. Are you looking for someone? She nods, staring wistfully into her cup of wine. Nemel is her name, a friend of mine. Aelyn, worry for her in this place, and wonder why she hasn't come to meet me. Aelyn, yet. Why does she talking like in this funny way? Huh. Well, I could help find your friend.
Updated my journal.
You would do this? She looks up from her cup smiling, and you're suddenly overcome with a sense of hope and joyous gratitude. Seeing you tense up, she covers her mouth and averts her eyes once more, and the feelings fade to nothing. Aelyn, thank you. What? What was that? What was what, kind stranger? She bites her lower lip. Aelyn, know not of which you speak. Well, very well. What is Nemel, however you pronounce that, look like? She appears as I, Aelyn, do, but with raven hair and eyes of bright violet. Well, I'll tell her you're looking for her here. Okay. How many different quests am I? Whoa. Oh, man. Oh, I haven't looked at this at all. Jeez. Find and return Vivian's personal scent. I got a lot of little quests here. Oh, find the source of Ferod's bodies. We never quite did. Well, I mean, actually we did. We did find them, but we were kind of sworn to not tell them. Retrieve the necklace. Damn it, I thought we helped her. Whatever. Find Nestor's fork. Right. Anyway, I think I'm going to end this episode here, guys. We're going to come back and probably continue to explore around here. And is that my character healing? Oh, yeah. Does it still say that I... Oh, you know what? I don't think it was me that got the experience boost.
What's up?
It was Morte who did. Yeah, that's what happened. Morte got the strength, constitution, dexterity. Nice. Anyway, as I said, I'll see you in the next video, guys.